In a world where hopium and common sense collide, starring the CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Welcome to Debate Crypto. Question everything.
Trust nothing.
I think I started a little too early. I started to say it. I think it was still not quite up. I don't know if you heard it, but question everything, trust nothing. It's your boys, CryptoKeeper and BlockchainCrusader. Hope everybody is doing well on this Wednesday evening. It's What If Wednesday. You already know what time it is. We're going to dive into some topics that I'm sure YouTube does not want us talking about. You know how we
appreciate these What If Wednesdays while you still got them, because they're going away to our own platform. So if you're going to want to watch What If Wednesdays, make sure to sign up for that when the time comes.
Yeah. So we can have the real convo and have the real conversation that we really want to have. Make sure that you guys are in the Discord. We're giving away 5 ETH. You know, FU keeps saying you forgot the decimal point, but we didn't forget it. Someone is going to have the opportunity to win 5. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ETH. And I'm excited to give it away. Crusader's excited to give it away. I don't know how else to say it, but you got to get involved. If you are not already in the faction war, jump over into the Discord. We'll give you the info. We had some new people come in today. I did a TikTok live earlier today, and I think Miguel did some stuff. We had some new people coming in. So make sure to be welcoming to everybody new to the family. They're going to be coming into the faction war. We're going to be introducing them. Let's introduce them to the project as a whole, and let's continue to grow as a team. And then we're going to have some fun. I'm telling you, we are going to have some fun. So what is on the podium this evening?
We've got proof of work trying to get banned once again. So what if they actually succeed at this time? What if they actually ban all proof of work? What does that mean for Bitcoin? Where does the freedom go? Do we just bow down and just put the XRP microchip on our wrist already and just give up? Like, what's next?
It's got to be the XRP microchip. Hey, just want to give a shout out to the Rob father. So it looks like it said it was going to take like 4 weeks to get to him or something, but it was shorter apparently. He said, "Thank you for the Arculus. You guys rock, dude. We are happy to be a team." You know, the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, that Discord rallied around Rob when he had some crap happen, and we all rallied around him. We threw him a hard wallet. So Rob, put it to good use, my brother. We definitely want you to put that to use. So we're glad that you got it. All right, cool. Let's check out what the crypto markets are doing. But first, smash the likes. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on the other socials, TikTok, all the other places you know where we are. Make sure that you guys are following. All right, let's take a look. What do we got? Oh, I was just actually looking at the ICP chart. Uh-oh, you guys caught me. You know what I was looking at. Dun, dun, dun.
There he goes with his paid promos.
Dun, dun, dun. They didn't pay me enough for that one. I'll tell you what. Global crypto market cap is $919.2 billion with a B. That's down 1.37%. We've got Bitcoin still hanging, 19.1, ETH just under 1,300.
Bitcoin was trying to make a move. It was like a 19.5, 19.6, and it's like right back down again.
You know, that should tell you how bad things are when we're $400 higher than we are right now. And you're talking about it was trying to make a move. It's just been rough. You know what I mean? But hey, this is the opportunity.
Hey, I'm just trying to take the same lead that the XRP does, right? XRP goes up 5 cents, and everybody's like, "That's it, guys. The SEC case is over. We're going to the moon, baby. 10K XRP. That's all you need. You just need $100 in XRP right now, and you're going to the moon. It's over." Right? So I'm just trying to learn from the best.
Oh, Cardano is sitting at 35 cents. Shout out to our boys over at NFT Alpha. Been killing it with their junkies, so congrats on that. And then Solana. I mean, it's still up and running, but it's at $29. Gosh, I've got some friends that bought a lot of Solana, a lot higher than that, and so hopefully they figure that out. And then Dogecoin round out the top 10 at 5 cents. So that's what the markets look like. We want to know, what if proof of work mining just goes kaput? And I've got a couple articles pulled up, and I just kind of want to have a kind of a relaxed was the word I was looking for, conversation on what does this actually look like? Because a lot of what you hear us talk about are narrative-driven ideas. And these narrative-driven ideas push into all walks, all parts, all places, everywhere, right? And ultimately, it really sits and seats itself within our financial system. Because when we look around at the problems that we have right now, a big part of it started with decisions to start firing up the printing press and start just firing off money, which again, you always see this on Twitter. Bitcoin solves that, right? So let me just pull up this article. I've got two of them, but let me at least drop one of them real quick because one of these just blows my mind. Let's start with this one first, though. The EU's to release draft law clamping down on Bitcoin over energy consumption. God, these stupid ads piss me off. The growth of Bitcoin has been associated with high energy consumption over the years, with the flagship crypto receiving criticism for its carbon footprint. Consequently, regulators are increasingly proposing new laws seeking to discourage the use of assets like Bitcoin. Indeed, the EU is the latest entity to propose a new law that seeks to establish grading measures to encourage the use of environmentally friendly assets operating on protocols like the proof of stake, Bloomberg reported on October 18th. Under the law, the EU seeks to develop an energy efficiency label for assets like Bitcoin as part of containing energy consumption in the sector. Why do I want to vomit all over my microphone right now, besides the fact that this indeed is yet another load of hogwash printed into a digital format and dispersed out to the people as if it's some sort of
But
truth.
what if it isn't? So think about this, right? They're putting these ratings, they're doing all this kind of stuff, right? Not environmentally friendly, yada yada. There's a lot of things that we do that is not environmentally friendly, but it's only okay if the government sanctions it to do so, right? So what if this is the government's ploy to take over proof of work? What do they say? Hey, we're gonna ban it, but it's gonna be a soft ban, as in you, the civilians, you private companies can't go out there and make all these mining farms, right? Because we can't control you guys. You guys are, degens out there. So we can't allow this to occur because it's bad for the environment. But we will continue to mine Bitcoin in our own way and on our farms and make sure that we keep it, we keep it green. We keep it as friendly as possible. That way we can still support the blockchain, but yet we control it. We're not letting you guys mine. We are becoming the miners, right? It's repositioning themselves as the Federal Reserve. They're printing Bitcoin, knowing that Bitcoin is going to hold tons of value in the future. We're seeing 80% of US dollars have been printed in the last 2 years. 80% of US dollars were printed in the last 2 years. So they need to, they might have a CBDC, all this stuff, but they need to back that up with something. And what if Bitcoin is what they back it up with, right? And that's their money printing machine from now on. They mine Bitcoin and they back it up they back up their CBDC with the Bitcoin.
Wouldn't that be an interesting twist, right?
Yeah.
Because the reality is, no, it's a horrible idea. It'll never happen. The reality
Are you
is
serious?
The reality is, if they push all sorts of narratives and then do other things for sure. But their whole agenda at this point has been to push these carbon credits and talk down about anything that uses any sort of energy other than what they consider to be green. The funny part of it is there's so many things that have been shown to be beneficial that you can use energy sources to mine the Bitcoin. We've talked about it a little bit before, flaring that they do out west, mainly on these oil plots, where if you ever driven out there, first of all, side note, make sure you guys are part of the Candle Mafia, following Frankie Candles. If you're trying to get your TA love, check it out Monday through Friday, 5:45 to 7:30. Make sure you check him out. But so if you've ever driven out west, you'll see them a lot. And on these oil fields, you'll see basically a little, I don't know, maybe they're 10 foot tall, 12 foot tall. And they have this just burning flare coming out in the middle. It's kind of interesting looking. Now, I always wondered when I was younger, like, what are those? My dad had to explain it to me. And so they have suggested that there is energy that they could harness from that and be able to mine the Bitcoin that way. If we were truly interested in getting to be more green and Bitcoin, then I think that they would do that. I think that the threat of people actually taking the idea of Bitcoin and really, really, really running with it past, you know, the hundreds of billions into the trillions, up to the point of the market cap of gold. I think that is what they're more worried about than the energy. And so one of the ways that I think that they're fudding it is buy energy. Because why? Because that has been one of the things that they've been able to, you know, grip a hold of people's hearts. Like,
But that
save the
fits
sea
perfectly into
turtles.
my narrative. That fits perfectly into my narrative, right? They're trying to
What do you mean?
control. What if they're just trying to control the hash rate? They want to suck in the hash rate, take the hash rate off from the public, right? Making the Bitcoin mining farms the new Federal Reserve, right? The money printing machine, and the government is controlling the hash rate. They're
Are
not
you going to keep
having,
your Bitcoin?
huh?
Are you going to keep your Bitcoin?
Am I going to keep my Bitcoin if that happens? No.
Uh-huh.
See you later.
Sayonara. So you're selling.
Gone. I'm selling. I've
You
told
heard
you.
it
I've
here
said it
first.
before on tape. There are certain conditions that I will sell my Bitcoin. And I think I even said one time.
And that's one of them.
Yes. If there's government control over Bitcoin, if Bitcoin is corrupted in that way where it's no longer freedom, see you later, alligator.
Well, then let me give you the account number, my current bank account numbers, because you know the US dollar has already been corrupted and is continuing to be corrupted, and you continue to use that. So just send that over to, I'll give you some account numbers. You can send all of your US dollars right now, because you can't be a part of that, Crusader. Like, you just can't. Okay.
You want
So
to go there?
I'm here for you.
With
I'm
all
here for you.
with all your dirty XRP.
I'm here for you, bro. No, so they ultimately, what's happening though, and I agree, the government is dirty enough to do exactly what you're saying. They say, hey, listen, we're going to shut down the people. You, the people, are too stupid to be able to do this. You can't harness the energy properly. But like we've talked about before, the amount of energy is inconsequential. They openly say that it's less than all the Bitcoin mining in the world is less than 0.08% of the energy usage in the world. Less than 0.08% in the United States. The whole Bitcoin, all the world is less than 0.08%. But this is what we want to try to throttle. This is what we want to try to talk about. This is what we want to go after. Come on, get out of here. It gets even better. Hold that thought. While you're holding that thought, make sure to jump in the Discord. Guys, DCA, baby. We got merch. Make sure to check that out.
Talking about the DCA, massive shout out to the drunken merchants. They have been killing it in the rumbles. They have been killing it with the tweets. They got 7 tweets lined up, ready to go. They've been killing it on the secondary market buys. I'm watching, right? They're buying masks right now as the show is happening when nobody's paying attention.
They have been killing it. Listen, it just takes one Twitter post to win that 500 points. And so when you ramp those numbers up, guess what? Statistics say, just saying, just throwing that out there.
Yep.
Check this out. So to take it a step farther, here, this one is just where I just kind of fell off the rails, right? EU to grade cryptocurrencies based on energy consumption. Okay. So they're going to grade these now based on the consumption. The EU plans to design a grading measure for cryptocurrencies in an effort to address growing concerns over their high energy consumption, according to a Bloomberg report. The aim of the move is to promote greener consensus algorithms, such as the proof of stake model Ethereum recently shifted to. The EU wants to encourage greener crypto with new grade. Oh, sorry, I was like reading sub headline. The European Commission and the international partners are set to develop an energy efficiency measure for cryptocurrencies, according to a report by Bloomberg. The grading measure is meant to encourage more environmentally friendly crypto systems and reduce cryptocurrencies' rampant energy consumption. Just as their use has grown significantly, the energy consumption of cryptocurrencies has more. In harnessing the use of cryptocurrencies and other blockchain technologies in energy markets and trading, care must be taken to use only the most energy efficient versions of the technology. So wait a minute. Are they about to post? I'm trying to think of a good comparison here. Are they about to post like a hazmat sticker, like on like, so you get onto the exchange.
Toxic Bitcoin is toxic masculinity.
Yeah, you get on the exchange, and it's like before you buy it, you have to sign off that you understand, right? That you understand how much energy it uses, how bad it is for the environment. It's like what's the things they won't let you buy?
You sign a waiver.
Well, yeah, basically you have to sign a waiver to buy it. But there's things at the store now where they just won't even sell. They won't even sell it anymore. I'll give you an example. Oil-based paint. A lot of states now, I just found this out recently too. A lot of states now are just absolutely banning the use of oil-based paints. Ohio is still, so you can't buy in Ohio. You can't buy oil-based paints from Home Depot. You can't buy oil-based paints from Lowe's. You can't buy them from any of the big box stores. You can only buy them from like Sherwin-Williams. Here's the funny part. They claim that it is the I'm not going to say this correctly, but basically that's harmful to our environment. Just leave it at that because I don't really know the
to the environment or to the people breathing in the paint.
No, to the environment. They're saying that it's an environmentally like harsh thing to use. Okay. They still sell oil-based stains at the same stores all day, every day. What are we doing? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And so the same thing with crypto. They're going to find which cryptos make sense for them to be involved in, which ones they can, harness the most control over, and then say, well, it's not really that bad. We ultimately, yes, it started off as proof of work, but then it transitioned to proof of stake, and
there you go. That's the key word. Proof of stake, right? That's what they want. They want proof of stake, and not because they want you to eat steaks, right? They want you to eat, genetically created,
genetically modified food.
Yeah, from a lab, right? That's made off like a celebrity or something. But outside of that, right? They want you to move to proof of stake because that allows them to just, hey, I buy up a bunch of ETH. I drop a bunch of money into it. Boom, I got my nodes. I think there's like 100. I literally looked at an article and I talked about it in one of the episodes last week that there is an energy company in Europe. I forget what the energy company's name is right now. And they basically own like 150 ETH nodes from how much money they've been throwing at ETH, right? So these energy companies are literally going after proof of stake because it's so much easier than having to buy all the proof of work equipment, setting everything up, and it's just easier to manipulate. It's just, hey, who's got the big bucks? You got the big bucks. You make the big decisions on the network. You decide what transactions go through, what transactions don't go through, and that's what governments want because governments have endless amount of money. They can print forever, so they can buy it up forever and make sure that they always have the most amount of nodes. They control 51%, and they can, make sure things go their way.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I when we saw China had, I don't even remember what the percentage was, but it looked like they had over 50%. I think they had almost like 60% of the hash rate.
Yeah, that was pretty high.
But but we're also talking about, we're talking about a country, a spread apart country, maybe a lot of different companies, whatever the case may be. Why are you suggesting?
More people are buying. Sorry to cut you off, but literally fucking just
some gas masks are popping off.
Somebody's doing something. Someone's up to something in the faction.
Let's go. Somebody wants to win. Somebody wants to win access to that discounted mint, baby. And just as a reminder, for those of you that are new, getting into Danger Close Alpha, jump into the Discord. We'll give you the info. But to win the 5 ETH, you've got to be in the faction more. So we will get you situated. But that's definitely what we're doing is a free mint. To have access to that free mint, you're going to you got
to compete for that whitelist to get on that free mint, and only people on the list will be able to mint.
We're not doing like a wide open public. No,
it's not going public, right? So it's not like, oh, whatever, I'll just wait till it goes public, I'll buy that. No, there is no public mint.
That's right.
Either you get on the list and you mint, or you don't mint at all. You don't get into the faction war. You don't get an opportunity to win up to 5 ETH. It's that simple. Yeah,
it's going to be exclusive, so make sure that you guys are in on that. So are you suggesting, Miguel, that why long term do you think that it's going to be more? So you think that it's because they can not only control how many nodes they're running, but they're also able to basically harness they don't have to continue to spend money like that. They can control it. You just got to basically continue to hold, as opposed to mining, which does cost money. You are using energy. Nobody's arguing that.
It's not just that. It's not just that the mining equipment costs money, but anybody can be a miner, right? Yeah. Anybody can go out there and start mining, and then you start getting more hashing power. More hashing power means higher difficulty, which at some point the government has some level of competition, right, with some of these big private
But you're
companies.
saying with ETH, you need 32. Right? You need 32 ETH at least to run a node.
Yeah,
which
you
for
need
most
32
people is
ETH,
not.
and that's it, right? And you don't get a higher level of difficulty with proof of stake, from my understanding. Unlike proof of work, you do get a higher level of difficulty. That you have to switch out the equipment for better equipment to get more hashing power, right? It's always an evolving thing. With proof of stake, in my understanding, it's not like that. It's just, hey, you got your node, you got your node. That's it. You can mine as many nodes as you want. So there isn't that competition, which is beneficial to the government. The government doesn't want competition.
So then that brings me to the next question. What if then, it's What If Wednesday, what if the entire crypto market, then let's say we succumb to this and we say, okay, we bow to the narrative, or even if we don't bow to the narrative, they basically force it on you. Listen, no more, which I can't see Bitcoin ever going away from proof of work. I don't think that'll ever happen. But let's say we succumb to this and boom, that's where we're at. What's the crypto market look like at the point that everything's proof of stake? The stock market, right? I mean, it almost has to. They're basically they are the house, if you will. They are the hedge funds that are able to manipulate where, when, why, how, as it relates to the crypto markets as a whole.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying that the whole you're early is running out. The time to be early is ending. There's no longer going to be early. You're going to run out of time. You're going to be late. And people are going to say, you missed it. You missed the boat. And we're not going to be able to pull the boat back for all the retail people, right? And once the stock market became the stock, you're not going to make that life-changing money like you could with crypto, right? You're not going to be getting 100x. You're not going to be getting 1,000x. You're not going to be getting 50x and making life-changing money from one cycle to the next. It's just not going to happen anymore. It's going to be controlled, which is also why I've mentioned on here, and we've talked about it, NFTs. NFTs is still the retailer's market. They can push those prices around. They can push those markets. So therefore, crypto is becoming institutionalized one way or the other. Whether government is going to take full control of it or not is yet to be seen. How is that going to play with CBDCs? There's all kinds of crazy, wild theories that can occur. We will see. But NFTs are the early, right? NFTs right now are Bitcoin in 2015. Like that's what I equivalent to. Like it's super early. People are just finding out about NFTs. It is just being talked about, and we're about to have the 2017 run of Bitcoin for NFTs in the next cycle, when people really, skyrocket off with NFTs, because NFTs have only had one cycle, one real cycle, and you don't even know what's coming in the next cycle for NFTs.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of the projects, because of the narrative that is the regulations coming into play, I think that not just the NFT space, but the crypto space as a whole, when we talk about, certain projects that were around in 2017 that all of a sudden are either actually gone or just non-existent, there's a lot of them. So when you hear some of these people, if you're newer to the crypto space, let's just say like 2019 or newer than that, if you hadn't been around for a full bear market, bull market, whatever the case may be prior, then you haven't seen the fact that these projects do come and go. They do. They flat out do. You're going to see it in the NFT space. That's a given, because the barrier to entry to create an NFT, I would say, even though the tokens are actually pretty easy, you have to have a really, really good strategy on how you're going to effectively sell that without it becoming a security. And there's all sorts of different questions there. But you're going to see things change. They have to. They're already trying to come after NFT creators now, suggesting that we are selling securities. Somebody in my chat earlier, in my live stream earlier today, said, yeah, they were talking about passive income. And this is exactly how he worded it. He said, just create an NFT that pays you dividends every time it resells. I said, whoa. We don't use that language in here, okay? Dividends, no. Royalties, my friend, royalties. We do not use the word dividends. But ultimately, I think what the SEC is trying to suggest is that some of the things like royalties are viewed as a quote-unquote dividend for founders, which is a big load of cockamamie BS. But here we are. And so it's gonna mold and shape the entire crypto space. There's gonna be projects that are gonna have to go away. They're not gonna be able to fight against these security regulations. They don't have the money to do it. And I think we're gonna have a really interesting next run. And I don't think it's gonna be as extra as this last one. I'm interested to see what's going to be the meme coin run of the next market. I you know what I mean? Like, what if we don't have that? Does it stabilize things? Does it move over to NFTs? Does it? I don't know.
I don't know, man. There's definitely a lot of ways that this can go. I see the light dimming more and more every day from what I thought crypto was going to be versus what people want it to be, right? Because they're going towards the path of least resistance, right? That's what all the ISO guys are. They go with the path of least resistance. Hey, all the big money's here, all the government, the World Economic Forum, all the bootlickers, all the ass lickers, all the types of lickers, they're on that boat. They got lots of money. I'm going to follow whatever they do, right? Somebody, I'm not going to mention their name, but somebody, I literally was giving them a hard time about XRP on their TikTok live. And they said, oh, I know, he goes, I want you to know that where I stand with you, I completely agree with you, but I'm an investor. It's like, you're an investor. That's the excuse. You're an investor.
Well, we're going to see, because the entire market's apparently under the eye of the SEC. Everybody is selling freaking securities. So we will find out as that evolves. And speaking on what the topic was for this evening, if Bitcoin, not just Bitcoin in particular, but if crypto mining as a whole, proof of work mining goes away, I do agree with you on the one front, Miguel. I agree that they are going to take that ball and run with it. I do think that they can see the playing field and see it very well and say, wait a minute, buried entry is actually decent. Now, the buried entry for Bitcoin mining at this point is not low either, but okay, buried entry decently high enough that most people aren't holding 32 ETH. Okay, cool. Now what's next? Okay, we can stack a whole bunch more, run more nodes, have effectively more control. Did you say control? Oh yeah, I like that. And yeah, and I think it's gonna lean and push towards huge institutions and governments. But I don't know how you ever stop that. I don't think that there's ever an answer, dude, because we're not
ask our founding fathers. How do you stop that? How do you stop the great country of England?
I would say I got a couple answers. I got a couple answers sitting over to my left. But I don't.
If only we had some type of historical text that showed us what was done in the past to stop great unstoppable power.
Yeah,
I mean, I wish it was done before. I just wish there was an example out there.
You want to know the problem with that? And these are the conversations we'll have over on our website. The problem with that is that we have programmed and are raising currently a bunch of weak-minded sheeple, and it's happening. And people are just willing to go along with it. It makes my life easier. It makes my life more convenient. Who cares? I'm not doing anything wrong. They can surveil me all they want. It's not like I'm out here committing crimes. But just all of the things that I know I've heard people say time and time again. I don't know. It's scary, and we're headed there again. So yeah, Crypto Fam, we love you guys. If there's not 51 likes right now, I don't know what we're doing here. If you're in the live chat, if you're on mobile, make sure you X out for 2 seconds, smash the like. Guys, 5 ETH. Miguel, tell them again, how are they getting involved in the 5 ETH?
5 Ethereums, right? For the people that don't speak English. So it's simple, right? You join the Discord. You make sure you're active. Let us see that you're in there. We're always watching the Discord, right? 100%. That thing is under 100% surveillance all day, more than Fort Knox, right? So I know exactly what's going on there. I know who's talking to who. I know everything. So if I don't see you, you're most likely not going to get whitelisted. Now, there's going to be other requirements, right? There's going to be a list of requirements that we're going to be putting out. It's going to be competitive. It's going to be tough. It's going to take work. But if you want to win 5 ETH, right? If you want that opportunity, got to work for it, right? It's not just going to be handed to you, right? We're not socialists here. We're not just handing out 5 ETH to everybody. So make sure you get in the Discord. Make sure you become active, especially if you're new. If you're already in, if you're already a holder, you have an advantage. But you only really have an advantage if you are in the faction war already. But if you're not in the faction war and you've already been in the Discord, you're also going to have to work for it as well as with the new people to get into the whitelist. It's going to be exclusive. It's going to be tough. It's meant to be that way. And it's only because we want dedicated people, right? We want this game to be people that are dedicated to playing, to be competitive, that want to win. We don't want no slackers, right? Nobody wants a slacker on their team that's just dead weight and holding back the rest of the team. Everybody wants a competitive team, so that's what we're striving for, right? We're gonna push out the weak, and only the strong will survive.
That's a fact, and the strong will survive. It's going to be a fun game. I think I see Billy. If you're asking me when shave, not happy. Well, I shave every day, actually, believe it or not. Try to keep this nice and tight up here and up underneath here. But if you're asking Miguel that, well, I don't know. You'll have to ask Miguel that as well. I don't know that Miguel's planning on shaving anytime soon.
I will shave when the founding fathers, when their message is relived and things go the way it's supposed to. I can't say more than that.
Can we get you to shave if XRP gets over $5?
No.
Not that confident, huh?
I've never said XRP can't go over $5. I've said it multiple times that it can go to 5. It can even go to 10. I mean, I can probably go higher than that as well. I just wouldn't buy it.
So not 2 or 3, but 5. That is correct, Mr. James. 5. So make sure that you guys are paying attention. Listen, there's going to be a lot going on with that. Somebody else asked, like, when's the new platform? Like, when's that all? We're working on all of it at the same time. It's not going to be much longer. The platform, well, let me put it this way. The game, the competition, I should say, I don't want to call it a game. It's a competition, right? And it is a game of sorts, but it's a competition. That is going to start along with and coinciding with the commodities and the free drop, kind of an all big, the free drop, the commodities and the competition are all going to be kind of one big ball of wax. That's with the 5 ETH and all of that is going to be happening. While that's happening, we're working on, which is already happening now, but working on the platform. We've still got a few kinks to work out. Super excited about that, guys. We are 2 men, both operating on another full-time, gig as well. So we're trying. We love you guys. We appreciate you for being here. You could be anywhere on a Wednesday night and you're here with us talking some chaos, having some fun. So we love you guys. Just remember, question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl
like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.